afternoon, classmates. Every day we all send messages. Some of these messages are mundane and unimportant. Some are emotional and filled with love. Some are of great importance and need to be heard. In 1992, Mary Fisher addressed the Republican National Convention about HIV and AIDS with a message that needed to be heard and understood for the greater good of our world. And according to the New York Times, even 20 years after the delivery of this speech, it's considered one of the best of the 20th century. At the time, the HIV virus was becoming an epidemic. Many misunderstood how it was spread and to who. Now, this virus does have a lot of factors that can make you at high risk for contracting it, but really anybody can. This address was given by Ms. Fisher showed that she was not the usual face of the disease, but faced the same trials and tribulations. A lot of shame and secrecy about having the disease was common at the time. This speech brought the disease out of the dark and had people talking. My name is Christy Harrison. I'm going to tell you how the address made by Ms. Fisher ensured her message was sent and heard. In our textbook, The Art of Public Speaking, it talks about how you need to grab your audience's attention and keep it for your message to be received and effective. Ms. Fisher did this by showing true vulnerability, connecting with her audience, and being passionate about her message by delivering the speech. She grabbed her audience's attention and kept it. This made her message heard loud and clear. Now, I mentioned the vulnerability Ms. Fisher showed. Her biggest show of vulnerability in this speech was where she made her first public admission of having the HIV virus. The New York Times published an article about this speech called A Delicate Balance. In it, they mentioned Ms. Fisher's poignant, intimate talk struck the audience into silence and in some cases tears. She did this by telling how the virus affected everyone, including her own family and children. She also included messages to her children and her fight with HIV, and she hoped that they would not be ashamed of her status. Now, all this vulnerability Mary showed might have meant nothing if she wasn't able to connect with her audience. Some of the ways she connected with her audience was she showed that despite all our differences, even the people in the audience or ones listening on the radio or watching through TV, we're all human. This disease does not discriminate against anyone, whether they're black, white, male, female, homosexual, or straight. As long as they're human, they can acquire this disease. She also talked about how intimacy, which was natural, should not lead to suffering. Throughout her speech, she showed passion for her topic. Her passion was evident through the address by the way she delivered it. She had researched her topic fully. She knew exactly what she wanted to say. In starting the speech, her introduction, she started talking about all the different ways she had been involved in championing for more information for HIV, but saying she could do more. Then she pleaded with the audience, not for attention, not for applause, but for attention. She told of her concern for not only herself, but for her entire population of the world. She included people who had already been fighting the disease for a while. She included people that had been championing for the disease for a while. And in conclusion, you want the messages you send to be received and understood. You want to know they had an effect. In the case of Mary Fisher's address, this was definitely the case. She caught her attention and kept it through till the end. She did this by showing her vulnerability and connecting with her audience and showing her passion for her cause. When this speech was called one of the best of the century, there was a reason, and we can see it. Thank you.